What's going on, Block fam? Welcome to today's episode. We are standing here with a champion, guys. It's Kyle Wyman.
Kyle Wyman heading towards the checkered flag. That'll be our first finisher. Kyle Wyman takes victory here at Road America.
So as you guys know on the channel, we have a big focus on education, and one of the things we like to do is keep up with the trends that are coming up. So performance baggers have been on the rise for a while. Harley-Davidson just came out with a couple bikes, the ST models. So you've got the Lowrider ST, you've got the Road Glide ST, and the Street Glide ST. So we went and we are here at the Indy Motorsports Ranch in Arizona. Harley-Davidson's doing a press event out here, and we got to ride those bikes today. One of the coaches while we were doing the track stuff was Kyle here, and so I thought, what better person to explain to you guys, as well as myself, what is a performance bagger? So they actually brought the, what did you say? This was the Moto America winning motorcycle?
This is the championship winning King of the Baggers bike in Moto America that I got to ride for those 3 rounds for the factory Harley-Davidson team. So what is a performance bagger? This is right here. This is the pinnacle of performance baggers at the moment. The cool thing is that performance baggers is really what you make it. That's what we're seeing. That's how it all started, is people just customizing and wanting to get a little bit more out of their touring bike. So this is a Road Glide special as it started out, and obviously as you can see, there's a lot.
It's now very special.
Very special. The rules in Moto America state that you have to have your completely stock chassis. So this is a completely stock touring frame from Harley-Davidson. Your welded steel tube frame. We can't do anything except to the subframe to maybe shorten or just lightweight some things. So on top of that, it's obviously raised up quite a bit. We've got Öhlins FGR 250 front forks. We got Öhlins shocks in the back. Very, very similar to the P&A shocks that you see from Screaming Eagle.
Okay.
That they partnered
that recent
with.
collaboration.
Yeah, they partnered with Öhlins. These are quite a bit longer, but the internals are virtually the same as what you can get in the P&A catalog. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I was checking out the seat earlier, and whenever I was taking some B-roll footage, and I was like, does that go down? I was like, no, you guys are really high off the ground, man. That's crazy.
A little bit, for sure. When you have to get the ground clearance, obviously you got to get the pegs up. If you get the pegs up, you got to get the seat up. Otherwise, your knees are in your chest. So as everything got taller, the seat had to match it.
Makes
sense.
As
a result, you got nothing to grab onto with the tank because the seat's so tall. So we also added this 3D printed pommel, we call it, that I can use for leverage with my outside leg into the fuel tank.
Oh, okay.
So with road racing body position, really leveraging against that to help steer the bike.
Wow, those are really grippy.
Yeah. So big deal there. Pretty standard handlebar. A little bit shorter, maybe closer to a drag bar than you might see on a standard Road Glide. These are custom CNC triple clamps to fit these FGR 250 forks. The fairing stay, everything's a little bit changed from the standard bike. Obviously, all the speakers and storage compartments have been taken out of the inner fairing.
So custom CNC from Harley?
Yep,
yeah.
All done. This is 100% Harley-Davidson.
Yeah, okay, so everything is Harley, yeah.
Everything is Harley. We have some suppliers like Öhlins. This is a Harley-Davidson custom exhaust. The air cleaner. This is a 131R crate motor built for racing, so it's a little bit more of a step from the 131 crate motor that's available through Screaming Eagle.
That's kind of interesting, the exhaust, in terms of it actually is like a shorty, I guess, right? Like most people would call that a shorty, which is what I'm running on my bike right now.
Okay.
And I get a ton of crap for it because people are like, you got to get a longer exhaust to produce horsepower. And you guys got a shorty on here.
This is the most powerful 131 ever to come out of Harley, and it's got a shorty on it. So, what do you know? What
were you guys talking about in terms of horsepower torque? Were we allowed to talk about that or no?
We're over 150 to the rear wheel.
Nice.
Tell you that. Horsepower. So quite a bit of horsepower. Obviously, there's a lot of other CNC parts. So the swing arm is one of the staples of the whole program. So that's a full billet swing arm. There's not a bead of weld on it. It is the fully CNC one-piece anodized swing arm. So it started out as a 400-pound block of aluminum. A lot of scrap aluminum out of that. Obviously, we've got a brake hanger. We've got custom 17-inch wheels so that we can run your typical superbike slicks front and rear.
Brembos.
Yep, Brembo front brake, rotor, and caliper on the rear, so we can get as much power out of the rear brake as possible.
Okay.
Because these bikes are still minimum weight is 635 pounds, so a lot of weight on that rear tire. We can really maximize the rear brake.
That's smart. That's awesome.
The rear sets are built into the transmission and primary
I
covers.
saw that earlier. I was looking at that. I was like, you can't buy those.
Yeah, there's no brackets, right? So we decided to actually make one-piece CNC transmission and primary covers that have the peg mounts built in. So that's pretty streamlined.
Yo, Harley, you could make a bunch of money if you sold this to the public. I know a lot of people that would buy this stuff.
Yeah.
What are you guys running gas-wise?
I believe our spec fuel is VPT4.
Okay. That's what I was smelling as we were walking by the tent over there.
So,
it smells great. What are you talking stinky?
Let's see, I mean, as we walk around, so the other side of the swing arm is pretty interesting. So because we have the bike so tall, we have so much swing arm angle, the chain, obviously converted to chain drive, it follows the frame. Because we're not allowed to modify the frame, we have to run these chain guides, top and bottom, to keep the chain clear of the frame as it enters back toward the primary.
Oh, wow.
So quite a bit of development went into that. In the 2022 series, they added a rule for us to move one of the bosses on the frame so we can actually clear it easier and don't have to run this chain runner on top.
So why did you guys decide to go away from belt drive?
The 131 crate motor, we still, belt drive is totally cool with. I mean, they go through all of the same production testing for all Screaming Eagle products to meet the same standards as the Ocoee motorcycles, which I think is something that people don't understand how much goes into that.
Yeah.
Is verifying all of their Screaming Eagle products as if it's production, because that's how Harley does things. And the aftermarket is the aftermarket. They got all these horsepower numbers, they got all of these things. This is better, this is louder, but to actually, have warranties and to meet all standards is a big deal, because the regulations are always after Harley.
Oh yeah.
Trying to take them down for this and that.
Yeah.
So the fact that they're able to produce performance parts that are so good but also meet regulations is pretty impressive. We've got some cooling issues when you talk about high RPM. So we're redlining around 68, but the average RPM that we have for a lap around a Moto America race circuit is higher than the OE redline.
Right, OE redline is what, 55?
Yeah, so like we're averaging higher than the OE redline.
Wow.
So we generate a lot of heat. You can see we've welded extensions onto the fins on the cylinder heads.
I did see that.
And
then
also,
you guys also have that. Yeah.
We call this the horn because it's funny. When we removed the horn from the motorcycle, we lost cooling capabilities because the horn horn disrupted air to put it through the fins.
Wow.
When we took it off, it created a hot pocket that the clean air would just flow around. So we created this scoop to help put more air over those fins. Obviously, we have a belly pan for racing in case we got any fluids coming out. They catch in the belly pan, don't get on the race surface. Again, we talked about the rear sets on the right side. Here's that primary cover with the rear set mount, with the shifter, GP shift, 1 up, 5 down.
So whenever you get on a normal bike, do you have, because I mean, you put in a lot of hours on these things, don't you?
Well, for sure, but like when I go back and forth, it's,
muscle memory.
By the time I hit third gear, it's like, oh, I'm on a standard shift bike. It's all good,
Cool.
So.
Yeah, I got on a GP shift one time and it was just messing me all up.
Yeah, it gets tricky.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I mean, I think it's amazing how much of the OEM bike really carries over.
Yeah, I mean, you can definitely tell it's a road glide. And then for weight savings, like in the rear, you guys did carbon fiber bags.
Yeah,
You've got carbon
fiber except for the fuel tank. So all the other bodywork, belly pan, front fender, bags is all carbon fiber to try to get the weight down as much as we can.
I do love that you guys shaved that in.
That dimpled fuel tank. We've had a couple comments this week that should end up on a...
Yes, it should. As we were riding today, I was like going to like squeeze my legs in and I was like, oh, it needs to go further in.
Yeah, pretty interesting. So yeah, they've done that in-house for us. The really cool thing is race bikes usually don't, have quite the finishing standards of a showroom quality motorcycle, but they actually paint all of our race bodywork in a custom paint shop at Harley, which is pretty special. So like my 2022 bike that's all red, white, and blue with the number 1. If you order a custom paint set, it's the same people that are painting our race bikes. So take pride in that work.
Awesome, man.
A big step for Harley this week in launching these ST models that are a direct derivative of what we're doing in performance baggers, and can't wait to see what people do with that blank canvas of the ST. You know, it takes off all the stuff that you're going to take off anyway, gives you that little extra 117 as a kick to get you going.
Yep.
And you know, I can't wait to see where this all goes, because I feel like it's just the beginning.
For sure. Yeah, I think within the last couple of years has been one of those things that we're really seeing more and more people do.
Yeah.
You know, I watched this one guy for a while, and he would take his out to a track, and he was always in the bushes and stuff. And like after every crash, he would do something to it and raise it up a little more, and like performance. And then a lot of other people, like some other people, started doing that, and then it was like weird to see Harleys on a track, and especially baggers.
Yeah.
And so to actually see it become a thing, and for, you know, Moto America, King of the Baggers to be a thing, like televised, like it's great. It's like I actually watch races now. So.
And 6 rounds this year in 2022. So we've got a lot of racing in store for performance bagger fans.
So with this one, you were saying you won the championship last year with it. So this is last year's bike, and you're currently building a new one, or you and Harley-Davidson.
I rode it today for the first time, actually. So it's,
what'd you think?
Yeah, it's great. It's a little bit everywhere. You know, it's surprisingly, we've done so much good work in such a short period of time that we're really just refining things. And you know, there's still there's a lot more time to be had, but just little things to make the bike more responsive, to make it a little bit easier to ride in some areas, and we're getting pretty close to having. I mean,
getting it dialed in.
It's pretty amazing how well the thing works.
Awesome.
I've ridden a lot of really good motorcycles, and this is right up there. So
yeah. So you also race super sports.
Super sports, super bike. Won the Daytona 200 on an R6 in 2019. So ridden a lot of different stuff, and this year I'm committing full time to Harley-Davidson and the Bagger Series only.
Wow. Awesome,
and,
man.
Yeah, it's something I'm super excited about, super fulfilled by, to be in this position, and can't wait to get going at Daytona in March.
Dude, I'll see you there. That's awesome. I'll definitely be there.
Yeah.
So I did have just another question. The AIM?
Yeah.
What are we looking at here? This is like the way to...
Yeah, that's the MXS dash. So, you know, we take data acquisition. At testing, we can use as many sensors as we want. When we're at Moto America races, we can't use as much as a cost savings measure. But we take all of our engine temps, cylinder head temps. We use fork potentiometers and shock potentiometers to see where the suspension data is mid corner, on brakes, on acceleration, to try to figure out what we can do to balance the bike out better. But this is also my display that just gives me the necessities, right? I just need RPM, lap time, gear position. Like,
nice.
That's all I want to see. I don't want a bunch of extra stuff. You know, the guys know how much fuel's in it. You know, I don't need GPS. I don't need any of that stuff. So we just get the necessities on the race dash that I need to see while I'm racing, and that's it.
Awesome, man. What is a pit stop time usually on this thing?
You know, so our races are not long enough where we have to refill or change tires or anything. So it's
like getting in there like NASCAR.
No, none of that. Not like the Daytona 200 like you see the longer races. No, it's green to checkered, all out, everything you got.
Awesome. One of the things I was really surprised by was seeing like normal switch housings.
Yeah,
like just straight over from.
I know. Yeah, and the kill switch has to be red per the rules, so painted our kill switch red.
What was the weight? You said you guys had to have a minimum weight, was that correct?
Yeah, the minimum weight in 2021 was 635. That's what this bike is dry. And then for 2022, they lowered that weight to 620.
Okay.
So we can be 15 pounds lighter, which they should be able to get to.
What is a normal road glide? Isn't it like 9 something?
Gosh, yeah, 800s at least.
Yeah.
So
you guys are cutting off a lot of weight. I mean, hundreds of pounds.
Yeah, well, as soon as you pull the all the infotainment and speakers, and
if you guys want to get rid of the modern conveniences, creature comforts,
pretty raw.
That's a direction you go for a performance bagger.
Yeah.
So this is a very extreme example of a performance bagger, but there's a lot of you guys out there that are working on bikes. We're building a performance bagger. in our shop as well. Nothing obviously along these lines. I mean, there's a radiator there.
Extra oil coolers.
Yeah.
Trying to keep those temperatures down.
If you guys want to go see the bike in person, you guys can go to the museum in Milwaukee and check it out there.
We're gearing up for the season. Bike Week is going to kick off King of the Baggers this year on the high banks of Daytona.
Crazy.
I have a feeling we're going to pack the place full of Harley fans.
Oh, especially in Bike Week, yeah. Where can people watch it that like maybe can't go to the events?
Yeah, so we're televised on Fox Sports, so either Fox Sports 1 or Fox Sports 2. Check the listings, but also we have Moto America Live Plus, which is the series streaming package, Roku app, everything. So you can sign up for that. There's a weekend cost or a yearly cost associated, but it's got coffee, a month, right?
Yeah.
It's like, it's nothing. So yeah, you can catch it. And then of course, replays and highlights on YouTube, on Moto America's YouTube channel. I'm going to try to put out as much content as I can on my channel, my social media. So
just Insta or YouTube?
Insta, Facebook, YouTube. I'm going to try to do as much as I can. So yeah, follow me and my brother Travis is my teammate. You follow us and what we're doing. And then, Harley-Davidson has this whole behind-the-scenes documentary they're going to shoot this year.
Oh, awesome!
That'll come out as we go, I'm sure. So, if you're new to it, you can watch Battle of the Baggers, which covers all of last year's story and how we got that championship and everything we went through. So,
right.
A lot of content out there.
Well, thank you, dude.
Thank you so
much. Really
much.
Appreciate it. You guys be sure to go give him a follow at Kyle Wyman.
Yep.
Hopefully that's a pretty good insight into what a performance bagger is. If you guys search out there, hashtag performance bagger, you're gonna come up with all sorts of stuff. But like we were saying earlier, this is like the pinnacle of performance bagger. This is competing on professional level. So if you guys are going this route, it's a pretty crazy goal to reach.
Send me them. Send me the photos. I want to see the builds. I want to see everything.
Yeah, tag him on Insta. You guys be sure to go give him a follow. And if you have any questions on any of it, post them down in the comments below. If you guys enjoyed the video, do us a favor, hit the like button. If you guys aren't subscribed, hit the subscribe button as well. Hit the bell icon so it sends you notifications of future uploads and activity. Until next time, ride safe, go fast, stay vigilant. Catch you guys in the next one. Peace.